Well, we came to the 3D shoot just to have some fun, enjoy the day, and we're leaving with 4 used targets that they were selling. I got them super cheap. This reminds me of Jeremy with JRO Outdoors. His backyard littered with used 3D targets. I loved it. Some of these have already been fixed with spray foam and sanded down. And the deer this deer here, I might need to do a little bit of work on, but for the most part, it's not a bad target. This side has not been shot up as much. So now we're gonna get these home.
You need to say the funny part.
Well, the funny part is these are going in our storage unit because we currently live in our RV full time and don't have a home base. So I have 4 3D targets with no yard to put them in. And since we live full time in our RV, the back of the truck has totes in it with our gear and different stuff in it. I'm gonna at least get these home, empty out the truck, throw these in the truck and run them over to our storage unit so I have them. Once we have a home base, I'll be able to put these out. Well, we ended up moving out to our daughter and son-in-law's place out in the country, so I decided to go ahead and make the repairs on the target. So the first thing you need to do is you have to cut out all of the damaged areas. You want to get them cleaned out as much as you can. Now with the mountain lion target, I only had to repair the one side. I'm using Smooth On FlexFoam It 15. Now this is much better than using spray foam. The Smooth On FlexFoam 15 is self-healing, so when you shoot it and you pull your arrow out, it closes back up. When you shoot the spray foam, it just falls apart and wears out a lot quicker. There's a lot of really good YouTube reviews on the Smooth On. That's why I decided to go with this. So here you can see I'm just cutting out the bad spots on the standing deer. Now, both sides of the deer needed to be replaced after I took a closer look. And I ended up having to cut out a big hole right out of the center of the scoring ring there. You can see daylight all the way through it. The next thing you want to do is you need to wrap your targets up so that when you put the foam in, it holds it inside. Now when you're mixing, you mix 2 parts to 1. They send you 2 bottles of B, part B, and 1 bottle of part A. So you're going to pre-mix the B just to make sure that they are nice and mixed, and then you pour in the A after and you mix all 3 together. Now as long as you're mixing them, you can mix them for as long as you want. The foam won't start to swell up until you stop mixing it. So after you're done mixing it, you need to pour it fairly quick. Now I cut a hole in the plastic and you just pour right through the hole, and then you put a piece of tape over the hole that you cut. And you'll see here within a matter of minutes, the foam was already pushing against the shrink wrap. It was oozing out there. I mean, it really worked well. I was very, very impressed with it. Now the next day, you only need 4 hours to let it set and cure, but I waited till the next day and it turned out really, really nice. Now if you want to sand it down, you can sand it. I decided not to. I'll just shoot these targets the way they are, and if I need to buy more of the FlexFoam It 15, I'll just pick up some more. I did have to do a little bit of trimming on the front of that deer. That was what oozed out from under the shrink wrap and was hanging down in the trash can. But as you can see, it turned out really nice. So I just put a base coat on, and now I'm going over it with a darker brown. Now these are, I'm just showing you the targets, how they looked before I painted them. So as you can see, some of these targets look pretty bad, just with what the sun has done to them, discoloration, sitting out in the rain. And you'll see once I have them all painted what a big difference there is and how nice they look. So it's really cool when you can get used targets like this. I probably have about $2,000 worth of targets and I paid less than $100. I think $75 for all 4 of these targets. All right, now the exciting part. I'm going to show you the finished product. And I'm just really impressed with this mountain lion. I think he looks so cool. I think it's my favorite target. The little javelina, I mean, he looks great. I'm not really fond of the white stripes. If I want to redo those, I might. Even the bedded buck turned out really nice compared to what it looked like before I painted it. So there you go. Those are my 4 new used 3D targets, and I'm super excited to have them. So I've had a lot of fun fixing these 3D targets, as you've seen. I got them really cheap from a 3D shoot. These were old targets that they had retired and were selling. Some of them were shot up pretty bad. Some of them were repaired, but the repair foam that they used makes the arrows really hard to pull out. So I didn't even have to repair them. I just use an arrow puller when I shoot those targets. So other than that, I'm really happy with the way these turned out. I do want to take an old coat hanger and bend it into the shape of the shooting rings and heat it up with a torch, and then I will just press that down into these targets and have the shooting rings back in the targets. So other than that, I've really enjoyed setting these targets out here and just being able to walk out of the RV, grab my bow and shoot 20-30 arrows has been a lot of fun. So while I've been out here working on these targets, a lot of people have been driving their 4-wheel drive trucks down this old county road that's across the street from us. It's not maintained and the road is closed. It's been closed for many years and I've never been back there. So I think I'm going to jump on the Derwin e-bike and ride back there and see what all the fun is that they're all running back there too. One night while I was out here painting these targets or fixing them, I could see a bonfire back there. So they always go back there and have a good time. So I'm gonna go check it out. Well, that's pretty cool. Thanks to the Derwin, I made it back here. Didn't even get wet. The Derwin made it through all that water like it was nothing. This is pretty cool back here. So an old bridge. This is where the old road came through. And I could keep going if I wanted to, but I have dinner in the oven. I was just putting the finishing paint touches on my 3D targets and wanted to come out here and see what all the fuss is about, because tons of 4-wheelers and trucks keep coming back here non-stop. And as you can see, there's a bunch of firewood. People are out here having fires. They're trying to keep their trash picked up, so I give them credit for that. I'm gonna ride the Derwin back out of here and go get some dinner. I hope you've enjoyed watching me fix these targets and shoot these targets. Most importantly, I hope you get out and enjoy your own adventures. Take care.